My name is Dasha Kelly Hamilton, and I am a Milwaukee SHEro. Creative Change Agent was a declaration that was able to synthesize all of the slash work. So a creator, a writer, a performer, an educator, facilitator, but all towards the end game of impacting change. So as a creative and understanding the richness of the creative process, everything I've done has been to creatively approach discussions and events and difficult conversations. So as an agent of change, I've just always found creativity to be my superpower to get us there. The definition of retreat is to fall back in the face of a seemingly greater force or greater power. So the work that we've done, my husband and I, has been finding ways to fall back and figure it out, whether that's coming together for a community conversation, whether it's presenting an art experience that gives people relief from their week, whether it is finding space for people to come and get training. We just knew of the work that we've done in the city. Finding space to make that work happen has been difficult, and the work that's left to be done, plenty of work to be done, but a lot of it is conversation. A lot of it is that hard, emotional, complicated unraveling that we need to be able to sit in a room together and feel all the feels and make it happen. So having a retreat space to not just for us to do our programming, but to make space and invite people to think of this as a resource to come and talk. People that are already doing this work, this is a resource and a location to come together and do more of it. So we were just excited to have this opportunity to literally fall into our lap of making a physical space for us to keep doing this important human work. I've had a love-hate relationship with the city for a long time. It is a place of my birth, but I'm also an Army brat, so I didn't have the experience of growing up in the city and having a relationship to this pizza place or knowing where the roller skating rink was. You know, I came back between tours with my family and on holidays. So I've learned the city as a transplant. So even with that, I have found my personal relationship with the city has paralleled what I want for the city, what I wanted for my family, how I've been challenged and gifted and navigated the experience, figuring out how and why we think the way we do, how and why we don't think the way we don't. So it's been a personal journey that I've come to have more love than hate. Love and frustration most definitely, but because there's so much that's possible. And wanting to align with other people that see possible, wanting to align with initiatives that don't discount the idea of possible. And it's just taken these many years to have that foundation where I have more love and more hope and more inspiration in the challenges of our city as opposed to feeling weighted by them. So having that honest evolution of a relationship, and every relationship, cities, people, jobs, ideas, they evolve. So I'm fulfilled to be on this side of that relationship that I see a lot more possibility as opposed to questioning what's possible. So I align that that's why the city's important, because my relationship has been varied and rich. And I think if all of us are honest, all of our relationships with the city are the same. So having that connection has made it more important to me with each passing day. I know it is cliche to say you're a mother, but the truth is cliche, and cliche has truth in it. But my mother, and by extension my grandmother as well, so we have a conversation, and I come from a long line of women who get things done. So watching my mother make sense of things that didn't make sense, watch how her work ethic, her commitment to goodness, her love for her family, and her absolute uncompromising expectation for excellence and kindness and generosity and compassion just made me walk through the world the way that I do. So I've just been in awe of how broad her shoulders have been. They tell us we can't take on more than we can bear, and what she has taken on. And then the woman before her, watching what my grandmother took on with a lot of grace, with a lot of integrity. So she's absolutely my SHEro, from the weight of the world that she has carried and the beauty that she's given back to it.